Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it is
Game 3.
Solaris.
Yeah, it's possible.
There's also a few variations where you make like 6 links and you try to get the queen with this. But I don't know if he wants to do that.
I guess the main downside to opening up 15 hatch is that usually your gas is going to be quite a bit later.
Yeah, it's the gas timing.
Yeah, and with the gas timing being later, you don't get your link speed out as quickly, so taking a third base and whatnot just becomes very tricky.
Yeah. Thank you.
We're getting fed at the table.
We're getting fed, yeah. Fantastic.
What a life.
We're living the good life.
You suddenly hear a lot of noise that's just eating.
This is why Fiat came to cast. He was like, wait, the casters get to eat first?
I did not
This
know
is the
this.
first time, Morty. We usually show up after the food is up.
No, this.
I did not know this. Lino came down to me and said, "Do you want to cast?" I said, "Sure."
Yeah,
So
okay.
cast it.
You can make
You know, it's
stories
fun
you
to
want
cast.
I know it's fun to cast, otherwise it wouldn't do it so much.
You cast games, Morty?
A little bit.
Sometimes. I've seen you enjoy a game of StarCraft over the years.
Yeah.
A few.
I am known to enjoy the occasional StarCraft.
Yeah.
The occasional style.
Serral, by the way, also still starting off with just 2 hatcheries for now. Do you think this is a response to seeing the timing there for Lambo? Okay, there's the third.
No, this is just a normal frame.
Yeah, it's just a normal timing.
So we got 2 queen into quick lair with 2 gas. This could be a highway.
A highway straight across the map.
Yeah,
An Autobahn?
an autobahn. That's my guess for this game.
Lambo?
Yeah, from Lambo. He just gets roach speed and grows. Or he doesn't get roach speed. Who knows?
He definitely gets roach speed.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to get roach speed. He's still droning,
Unless
right?
he just notices.
You know, I wanted to do a CVC build, then I completely forgot the build order, so I didn't do it in the tournament. But
Every time I hear about your preparation, it gets better and better.
No, I mean, I'm just telling the stories.
Okay.
Don't mention my preparation. It was great.
There's a couple of links coming to scout, by
So
the
it's
way.
like 10 links across the map. This could actually get the queens.
Yeah, no, a lot of links, pressure comes up. We are going to be seeing the Evo Chambers to complete the wall off, but as you mentioned, the queens are going to take a brunt of that damage. That first queen's going to go down, the lings are going to get in, second queen in some trouble, first Roach in trouble as well. Serral decides that is enough though, and he's just going to back away for the moment.
That scout is really nice, though. He sees the timing right there of the opponent's lair. He can now decide how many drones he wants to make before he starts making an army. Main goal, I guess, is to have slightly more economy than the opponent. And so far, well, that's where he's arrived. He's going to go up to about 41 workers, going up against 36 drones.
Yeah.
As long as he starts non-stop army, he's going to be fine.
I'm actually really surprised that he takes a third, because he's not playing Evo.
Yeah.
He's not going to have upgrades, but he takes a third.
What's the Roach speed going to do now?
I'm not sure. Let him cook.
His build order preparation. Almost as good as yours.
I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, he just...
You know, you gotta learn. You know, you do it wrong one time, you do it right the other time.
Experience is the best practice.
Yeah.
Well, I've been making the same mistakes for over a decade, guys.
You're a different breed.
Yeah.
Well, you sit in front of the studio lights. Oh no, I did it again. Is that your life?
Yeah, I sit in front of the lights. That's all I do.
And I found a meme on Twitter like 1 year, 2 years ago. You playing against Skytos is a sheep stuck in the road. They get it up, run straight at
That was a
the wall
great
again.
meme. Anyways, the Roaches of Lambo show up right now. They're like, hello, how you doing? And bye.
This is one of those scenarios where I think Serral got the scout, and since then Serral is just like perfectly ahead, right? Like, this is one of the builds from Lambo where if you don't do anything with it, Serral responds properly. You kind of going to be behind. I mean, what's he got to show for this? Faster roach speed, but he can't attack because Serral has enough roaches to defend. He's going to have a minutely faster +1 missiles.
Yep.
Yeah, his roach speed is finished. He does have +1 range on the way fast. He does get this queen, but he's gonna lose 2 free roaches. That's not very nice. He did get 2 drones, but 3 roaches for a queen.
Yeah, it's not an overwhelming advantage here for Serral, but since he scouted out exactly what's going on, he just inches slightly ahead, right? And these advantages in ZVZ, I mean, we're looking at like a 10 drones difference at this point. It's something that adds up very quickly when you're both making the exact same units. Lambo's lair being quicker, I guess, ultimately allows him a faster roach burrow movement too. But is it going to allow him to really catch up in that worker count?
I think he's just gonna do a big attack with like 10 roaches in the main.
Yeah, with the burrow.
Yeah, with the burrow.
Okay, well, I mean, Serral just sees everything. That's the
Serral
problem.
is 66 drones and same army supply.
Yeah.
He's just been playing this game absolutely perfectly.
A cheeky little Zergling scout. Figured it all out.
He's even getting a spy.
Yeah. So he knows this is coming. Are you not concerned here as Serral at all about Mutas?
No, you scouted everything. You saw there's no gas on the natural, I think. You only see 3 gases. Oh, actually, there's a 4th gas there.
I guess even if it is Mutas here, it's going to be like 6 Mutas. He just shoves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did see the Leca gas over there. That's actually huge.
He didn't see the spire, and I think he saw there was no gas on the top of the natural.
Yep, no, you're right. That just now was taken here by Lambo, so that's all the information he really needs.
Yeah, so you know this is not Mutas. So we do have the tunneling clause now. We are up to 65 workers. Not 4th base from neither of them yet, which is a bit surprising, but I guess Serral is just trying to play it a bit safe.
He's already sitting here. He didn't know exactly what he was going up against, but he's like, you know what? This is what I would be doing here, so I may as well go ahead and park my units on the high ground.
I wonder if he actually looked at the Roach horn spinning.
Probably did see that it...
I would never see that.
No?
Not when the Roach speed is finished. I wouldn't look at it.
That's a good point. As Overseer is going to take a few more shots.
He's gonna die. Poor Overseer.
Slowest,
Look at that guy.
slowest death ever.
He accepted it. He had a little bit of time for reflection. That's
And so
important.
Serral starts a burrow and tunneling clause of his own. +2 is about equal, but Serral has +1 carapace, which is going to give him an upgrade lead, and it's going to be very big.
So
these 6
Serral not
fights.
really capitalizing on this, though. I actually expected him to go for some sort of attack himself. I think he assumed that Lambo was going to go for an attack, so he prepared for it. And now he's like, yeah, okay, I guess he's not coming. Which ultimately allows Lambo to get back into this game quite handily.
I don't think it's a good idea attacking in general in this game,
Yeah.
because in CVC, you can lose to someone being on 40 workers but maxed out on army.
Right.
If you just take a bit of a bad trade and you go across the map, it's just risky.
Wow.
So Hydra then coming up from Serral, he's already planning to go late game.
Yeah, so just doesn't seem to need anything different. Catches these Roaches over here as well, another good grab. It's hard to really fault anything Serral has done so far. He's played a very clean game.
Yep.
He's making the moves to keep himself ahead in the most safe manner. And he's kind of, any funkiness that Lambo tried to find has just been completely shut down, and Serral just seems to have a natural lead in most ways. Lambo trying to run up here. Serral's already in the concave to deal with that as well, so I mean, he just has good vision. He's making good choices.
I'm actually wondering about this well, okay.
It's dead now.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I was gonna talk about, it's very hard to defend this if you don't have full map control. And I was wondering how he's gonna do it, and then it's like, oh yeah, cancelled. He wasn't gonna defend it.
There's the Spire ultimately coming up here, but it was scouted already.
Already has a Hydra, and he makes the Roach Warren now, preparing for it's gonna be sniped. This is a big fight. There's an upgrade lead for Serral, +2 coming in from both of them, but Lambo's is a bit earlier. He's on top of all of the Roaches. There's Serral Roaches in the natural, but Lambo gets on top of the army.
Yeah, and he actually gets a really good trade here, all things considered. Serral's army is split up. A lot of it is on the other side of the map. He does snipe his opponent's Roach Warren. Spire is going to finish in about half a minute or so from now, so Lambo can't really do too much at this point, but just running around here buying time is Serral. He's got 22 Roaches just about to hatch.
Yeah, he needs to just get them all together. Serral did a really good job of... Lambo did a really good job of striking just as Serral sent a lot of units across the map. And that's given Serral issues over here. Serral now getting the concave to take the fight. Back at home, though, I mean, Serral is down a few drones, so he's got more to do, but he's also up about 30. Now 40 army supply already, and he's just been doing such a great job. Some burrowed Roaches are trying to take a proper fight, and Serral is now chasing with the main army.
I kind of like the Mutas here, though. 7 Mutas coming up here for Lambo. It's not great for him. He's making the best of this situation. That Burrow also saving his Roaches for quite a while longer.
Yeah, the problem is that the Hydra upgrades are gonna be done when the Mutas hit.
This base is certainly not going to live.
It's going to take the Mutas too long to clean up anything, right? Like,
Yeah.
The +1 Carapace is really big versus Mutas. +2 Carapace I haven't even seen.
They tickled him. They're going to tickle them slowly. It's going to take forever.
Like if you do an all-in against Mutas, if you have +1 Carapace, it's such a huge difference.
here our set Mutas as the Roach Ravager decides just to commit. Serral knows now there's not going to be that much on the ground. We go one way, we decide then to go back and go the other. He is building Hydras. He just wanted to buy some time before he brings these mutants over to his base.
He does snipe the Ravagers. You always want to just shift command the Ravagers. More expensive, easier to kill.
It's actually very difficult. With +2 carapace and tunneling claws, those roaches are not going to die very quickly from the mutas.
Well, yeah, they're gonna regenerate.
Yeah, they're going to regenerate about as fast. We should probably unburrow the roaches now, though.
Nah, they're chilling.
Hydras trying to see if they can get rid of these Mutalisks, and ultimately, yeah, this is just one of those games where Lambo decided to go for a cheeky little early game. He wanted to go for an attack, and then never really got going.
Well, to be fair, I think this game is still up in the air if he can just spend that mineral bank.
He's making the best of it, but it still looks very tricky.
I mean, he's up 20 workers. Serral's army is gonna be better, but he has a chance. He definitely has a chance. He just needs to be able to spend this money. He doesn't have enough gas at the moment, right? He's making a lot of roaches. He's remaking the queens. I guess he lost all of them.
Makes sense. Those roaches were in the bases for quite a long time.
Nice recovery, though, here from Lambo. Problem is, now the Mutas can't really keep those roaches at home anymore, right? So he needs to have roaches of his own to try and keep his opponent's army back.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
20
careful.
army supply. Aye. 20 army supply in Mutas, while down an upgrade and down an army supply.
He does have the defender's position here, so that's nice, I guess, but he still will have to move up that ramp.
He
Serral
does have
is.
Ravagers. Ravagers are very huge.
Literally. They're pretty big.
Literally.
They're about the size of an Ultralisk these days.
Yeah. Cute ultras.
Yeah.
A few roaches burrow up as Serral will set up for some potential harass. He just continues to move around the map. He takes out an Overlord with map control like this. He just wanders around and again just going to wait to pick his fight. He's going to pop up over here. That Spine Crawl is low from earlier, so maybe we can just get rid of that. He really could just right click it, and he will start to do so. The few mutas on the other side fighting Queens. Queen's even going to get a muta kill though. Lambo is just not getting enough done with those, and Serral maxed. Again, a lot less drones, but he has an army that should just overwhelm. We'll see how he fights with it as he goes in, takes out this base already, and off to a good start.
I actually really like that he gives up the space, because the other base only has ramps. So you can defend the ramp. That's the only thing he got. Serral is gonna come up from 2 angles here. This is gonna be a huge concave from almost both of them. The Hydras are doing a huge amount of damage. The Ravagers are trying to get the corrosive piles, but Serral just goes forward and snipes some of them. The Hydras are just doing too much damage, and GG! Serral takes the first game.
His army was just too good. What sort of style he's going to bring to try and take down the GOAT.
It amazes me how good Serral is at taking a weird build and just making the game standard.
Yeah. Actually true, yeah.
He sees a weird build, he somehow does a magic spell in its normal game.
Like, yeah, I'm doing the same thing, but I have 5 more drones than you. Tough luck.
Yeah.
Just scout. That really is, like, if you think about like what exactly sets Serral apart in all of the games, there's nothing really in particular that jumps out at me, right? It's just all ever so slightly better. You think there's one thing in particular that, like...
That is the circling scouts.
Yeah, you think it's the scouting primarily?
Yeah, in CVC he's a bit faster, but...
I think it's the fact he's so fast, so he's so constant with his scouting.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of follow-up scouts. Like, for example, seeing the tunneling claws in that previous game, like you brought it up, we didn't have it on the camera, I don't think, but he must have noticed. Like, you scout maybe for the lair timing, you and me would scout maybe for like a gas timing, but he's scouting for the roach speed, and then the tunneling claws follow up, and then a zergling and a third base timing. He's like
totally ready. Yeah, the overseer, perfect position on the roaches. Tunneling claws did absolutely nothing in that game.
Larva timings as well to see if the drones are being made over there. Like little things like that really add up, I guess.
Yeah, and one thing we saw the overseer die in the main base. Then Spire still gets insta-scouted. Yes, he
there was a
has another one.
Yeah, there was a follow-up overseer. That was a mistake, though. We did spot a mistake. He also did lose one overseer.
He did lose one overseer.
He's like, no.
If he sent it 5 seconds too early, Overlord people would have been finished.
Well, maybe the Spire was 5 seconds late.
He calculated it for the wrong map.
Yeah, no, maybe the Spire was late. That could also be.
He just knows.
He just knows. I like that.
So Baning Nest coming up for both. Standard opening. Let's see when the first inject pops if it's gonna be anything weird. Usually you do go for 8, 10 Zerglings normal. But if you want to go like full on, you will make a lot more. Yeah, Serral is gonna probably make 2 Zerglings here, run them into the natural, then make 2 another one, and focus on the army with nuts. She just wants to get damage with these 2 Banelings. And then target down the 3rd with the Lings.
The classic 1-2 punch. That does mean that Lambo gets the worker advantage for the time being.
Yeah, Lambo knows what's going up. He's gonna morph 4 Banelings. Ooh, really early Roach run from Serral here.
So looking for some aggression on the follow-up test, do you think?
Yep.
All right, Lings are going to go over towards this hatchery. Obviously, Bane's on the way over from Lambo. Serral will decide how he wants to approach this. Tries to split up a couple of Lings. Doesn't do too much so far. Those Banes being kept alive. His own Banes finish up. Now coming in from behind. A couple of Lings go onto those. And this Ling Bane dance does indeed start up in a nice little way. Nice find from Serral in his Bane as well. Not letting those couple of Banes get morphed in.
Ooh, okay. Not gonna happen.
I'm actually really surprised he didn't morph 2 Banelings there. On the... below the natural.
He did.
Yeah? I thought
You
he
mean
morphed them
Serral?
at the hatch. Yeah, Serral.
He did have a couple Banelings over here.
Okay, I messed it up.
He morphed in a few. I
Well,
guess
yeah,
they just
the
joined in with the main party.
Yeah, Lambo's Roach run is really late.
Yeah.
This is very bad for him.
Lair starts up too.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 6-7 Roaches. He makes an Evo. Wait, what? I think that's just a fake.
Yeah. Circling. Get in. His scouting denial is also really good.
Yeah,
Just to bring that conversation back up.
And the thing is that Lambo scouted. I don't know if he saw the Roach run earlier, but this timing to see a Roach run, there's nothing weird.
Yeah, exactly. It would be up as well in a normal game. Now he's droning behind it though, Serral, that is. Spinecrawler's coming up for Lambo. So Serral is going for an attack, but it's not as committed as Lambo is secretly hoping it is.
Yeah, Lambo has the preparations ready, so in a way this is good for Serral because now he's up in drones, he's continuing to drone, and Lambo thinks he's got to have an all-out defense here. If he can notice this in time to cancel the spines, that would be great, because any drones he can get back at the moment is just going to be a helping hand. Serral's making 9 workers, and I think he did cancel the spines at the last second there. He's droning as well, so yeah, he realizes that this was not anything to do with, you know, actually needing to be defensive. And so Lambo making some good calls, but Serral's still just maneuvering and manipulating this game into a worker advantage for himself.
He cancelled the lair. So Lambo was very committed right there to the defense. And ultimately, this is once again a situation where right now Serral is about 5 drones up. It's nothing game ending at this point, right? It just adds up very quickly over time. Now it's Serral, though, who makes the assumption that it's Lambo who's going to be very aggressive because he was over making Roaches for the defense. So the spine crawlers, are they going to cancel, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he's going to be...
Oh, he's going to get
that's a
surrounded by
bad
the Lings. That's
position.
huge.
Yeah.
The Banelings come in the zone out the Lings. He does only lose like 2 Roaches, so it's fine in the end.
Could have been really bad, though,
It could
because
have been really bad.
Roaches are so good when the Lings are in front of them, because then your own Roaches aren't taking damage, right? So to have your Roaches surrounded by Lings and not your own Lings in front, really rough. As Serral finds a couple drones on the counter attack with a couple of Lings, and otherwise is on his way to his own lair and his own upgrades.
I wonder if this is going to be Mutas from Lambo or if he's going to start a second Evo. I'm guessing it's going to be Spire. Because he's going to have a lot of gas. Okay, it just starts Overlord speed and stuff.
Yeah. Normally we would see that a little bit before the lair, but... or after the lair is started, rather, before the lair is done.
Yeah, this game is a bit weird as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Spire also seems to be a little bit less popular than pre-patch, right? With the Hydra change and the Infestor change, it's all...
I'm not actually sure why it is, but I've seen it way less.
I think it's mostly just the Hydras are easier to upgrade, so they're a little bit easier to get going, get a couple more earlier, but also the fungal growth is just so big. You don't have to wait for your Infestors to get energy as long.
Okay, Lambo's doing something weird. He starts up an Infestation Pit and he starts off his 7th and 8th gas. Is this a Ravager Infestor? Is this the Dark Turtle?
I haven't seen Dark play that in a while. Is he still doing it?
I don't know. I just saw him doing it on Royal Blood.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
I think.
Bailing drop, by the way, coming in here for Lambo. Serral.
Okay, he just starts the Hydra and he's just gonna...
I think he's prepared for Mutas. Oh, that's weird.
Right,
Slow motion drop.
They were enjoying the view there for just a moment before they got the
first
center.
Roach is afraid to jump out, man.
Go, bro, go. You gotta go. It's like, no, you go first.
I hate heights. Got ground units.
Actually true. They can even go under the map, dude. They didn't sign up to fly.
We go below, we go on, we do not go above the ground. You're taking this too far.
Serral starts tunneling close on Burrow again. He's gonna get on top of these Roaches with the links from the other side. Get like 10 Roaches maybe. That's like good catch actually.
Roaches for Serral still flying around over here in the top left-hand corner, pretending to be a medevac with Widow Mines in it, just to be annoying.
I mean, Serral just poking forward, seeing if he can find anything, any value out of these fights. He's continuing to go into tunneling close, so he wants to kind of set up into a harassing game. But Lambo's going to be like really full steam ahead into these lurkers, and if he sets up into them, Serral is not currently set for any way to kind of deal with lurkers unless he hits the timing as the lurkers are like coming out and Lambo's at his weakest. So he's doing a good job of harassing. I like the pokes forward, but he needs to have follow-ups. The hive will help with that, potential to go into Vipers even as a Suedo kind of response until you get your own lurkers up. It's also very good.
He's gonna be very ahead on the gas count to make lurkers.
Yeah.
So
There's the Seismic Spines upgrade already for Lambo. Serral only just now started up the Hive. So Lambo getting a nice little tech advantage here. But can he really get anything done with it?
he has a very sharp timing in like 2 minutes. Oh, big attack coming in here from Serral. It's a good concave. He's gonna jump on top of the Ravager. Gets one of the two, and he's gonna target down the hatch and go. Oh.
Couple misready Ravagers on the right, it looks like, but he does save those as well. Lambo coming in right now as well from the left, trying to see if he can get the wraparound on this blue army.
The +1 Carapace is actually very, very big. Here.
19 drones, 20. Look at the amount of drones falling here.
Yeah, Burrow Roaches.
This is Serral doing damage just when he needs to, right? He's weakening Lambo just as the lurkers are about to come online. So he's just doing what he needs to. His own Hydrogen starting up, and of course now he's bought time as well to have, you know, Vipers in production if he needs them against lurkers. And that means that you can get a couple of ducks off. You can just deal with a lower lurker count so much more easily.
He must have recognized that this fight over here was not actually that good for him, but he's like, you know what, wait a second. I'm going to be able to occupy this entire red army for such a long time that my drones, or my Roaches can kill a ton of drones in the meantime. And now we're talking 3-base Zerg for Lambo. Yeah, he's got, well, a lurker down here. Yeah, he's got a hive, but he only has 3 bases with 45 drones.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great fight, but he had the +1, so they kind of traded out. It was a bit bad, but it wasn't terrible. Maybe like 0.7 in trades. And while getting 20 drones, that's good enough.
Yeah, killing the drones is a big deal. And like we said, Viper's now about to pop, so we've got the answer to those lurkers up for now. As Serral is still just murdering drones left, right, center. 9 more go down. Lambo's on 36 workers at this point. He is just packing up to go for one big push, and boy, does it need to end this game.
And the upgrades are really in his favor now. He started +3 range and +2 armor is gonna finish up. And Lambo, he doesn't have Carapace. Doesn't even have 2 evos.
These Vipers are so critical, though, because by the time Lambo, I think he had his Seismic Spine upgrade done, and Serral didn't have his Hive finished yet, so there was a big timing window there, but now the Vipers here are going to be absolutely critical. Assuming the Lurkers get shut down, Serral should walk all over this army.
Yeah, it also comes here, so he's gonna have to go up a ramp versus Vipers.
Give up that base, right?
Yeah, you give up the base. You cannot go down a ramp into Lurkers.
Yoink, 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 yoink.
Thank you very much. We take those.
Well, yeah, you can't go down a ramp versus Lurkers, but you can definitely just joint them out of the ground.
Yeah.
Bring them up the ramp.
I don't think Lambo realized that there were already Vipers available in this game, so that must have been the first time he sees them. He does get another hatchery kill over here as well in the middle, though, but that's mostly because Serral's giving up on it. This is a big blinding cloud. I was going to say that is such an easy one.
Yeah, I mean, Vipers just dominate lurkers, right?
Yoink,
And this
yoink.
is usually why you can need Viper versus Viper, because otherwise your opponent's Vipers just do this, and Serral never even had to make a lurker in this game. GG. You guys think Serral's pretty good at StarCraft?
Yeah. Calm and collected.
Pretty good, isn't he?
Not really making any critical mistakes.
Yeah, but here we are in map 3. I see Lambo's cam, it's on the gold base. It's on the gold base already. I don't know if it's actually
There's a little
gonna
mineral
take him.
wall, but yeah.
But either way, in the bottom left corner of the map, up 2-0, just needs to win one more game. It is Basilisk Serral.
In the top right, still looking for his bounce back. It is our red Zerg from the Shopify Rebellion, Lambo.
Indeed, going for that gold base as his very first expansion. You already brought it up. It's in a location that's pretty difficult to harass, right? Like, you need to make sure you knock down those rocks over there. There's not that many ways in the earlier stages of the game to get towards this location on the map. But of course, this is something that Serral has played against a lot, because this is one of the most popular builds in this match.
Well, I don't really like gold bases, but from what I've seen, you try to knock down the ramp or the rocks to get this area where the watchtower is, to get control of that area. Because if you don't knock down the rocks, you will have to go around. I'm guessing that's the issue. And let's see. He already pulling workers to mine off that gold base. You mine, what is it, 7 instead of 5, right?
Yeah.
So you mine a bit more.
To get 8?
I think it's 7.
7? 7 sounds right.
And the base is gonna finish, and he's gonna start mining from this base. I played a great game against, I think it was Figaro, on Equilibrium. He played a gold base. And I made Masling, and I killed his main base.
Yeah, honestly, it's a real problem, right? Like, now Lambo is, yeah, he's going to have a nice income boost, sure. But the main base is also very exposed here. So now Serral knows what he's playing against, at least roughly, right? He has seen that there's a whole lot of nothing on the other side of the map. And through the process of elimination, he should be able to figure out exactly what's happening, and he's going to see it right now.
This timing of a Bane Nest, he definitely wants to go for something.
He needs to be aggressive. He doesn't get to just play a passive game here.
I mean, if you play passive, it's so rough, because all of a sudden your opponent just has so much more money than you, and you have no real good way to trade better, because then he just has more stuff than you, off of less drones, and it happens so much faster as well. So the faster you try and do something about this, I think typically the better it turns out. That's going to be the plan right here.
I'm actually really scared for Lambo, because he doesn't have a Bane Nest or a Roach Warren.
Let him cook.
He's got nothing, right?
He got 2 Zerglings, I think, because he got 4 supply queens. Yeah, 2 links.
Roaches are rough though, because Roaches are
like
gonna
Roaches here.
Yeah, because you're so split apart. The Roaches are so slow moving, so it's going to be so abusable.
Yeah, usually you do is you only make Roaches in the base and you keep them there. So you keep them in the mineral line.
Yeah.
And you try to choke it up. So
You actually lose with like small numbers of Roaches against Zerglings almost every time if you're fighting out in the open.
Well, yeah.
No Spinecrawler either, right? At the gold
no.
base yet? Yeah, okay.
And this, you try to use the choke.
Come the Banelings from the right side as well. I don't know if Lambo actually scouted those.
When he got the spine, right? Didn't even have to use his other Banelings. He still has a Baneling here. It's going to be able to hit everything.
That is going to be painful. There's 2 more Banelings. No, 5 more Banelings right next to this as well. 11 drones down. Gold base falls.
Yeah.
Isn't that far behind on drones, but you cannot stop this army with 7 Roaches. Because you don't have +1. +1 is so huge against Lynx.
Yep, there's just so many Lynx. Going to lose another Queen as well. More Banelings morphing in. We're going to be able to surround these Roaches as well. They're obviously not here all at the same time, so yep, Banes are going to run forward. We're going to lose at least a few more drones here as well. The Banes will take the long road around into the mineral line. The drones are going to pull, but that's going to be a few more going down. Lings are still absolutely destroying, and Serral is looking for the big 3-0 opening here in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
not all you can do! 0 workers remain. Yeah, clean series right there by Serral. And look how happy he is.
He's confused. He's like, man, I used 1 Baneling wrong.
Mispositioned Overlord. Ugh.
I wonder if he didn't go for... I wonder if he knew about that Serral no.